What's up? It's been quite a while since I've recorded on my laptop. I'm gonna put my phone here, so therefore I have more uh, light exposure on my face. But um, the point of this video is more of like a visual. Well, I mean, the purpose of this channel is just to make it a visual journal. But I'm going to be visually journaling this insight that I have regarding um, identity shifting. And identity shifting uh, and what happens when you identity shift. So, long story short, when you identity shift, when you become and identify as somebody else, um, you change your habits. Excuse me. You change your habits. You no longer feed older habits. Um, because when you feed older habits, you reinforce the same old reality. Um, and when you feed the new habits, you feed the new. Well, let me say this: when you feed the old habits, you feed the old identity, you feed the old reality. When you feed the new habits, you feed the new identity, you feed the new reality. Um, for me, if I'm being honest, if I'm being bold and um, you know, straight up, something I struggled with, or a few things I've struggled with, was lust, porn, food, not having the right eating habits, just eating whatever I felt like eating, as well as weed. Those three things were weaknesses of mine. And as of recently, all throughout this month, it made it my goal to no longer indulge into those things, but to replace those habits and to adopt a new identity and to become the man that I've been put on this earth to become. Um, you know, Something that has helped me with overcoming those habits and those urges, those desires, is to think about the individuals that I'm doing it for. Think about um, just think about who you're doing it for. Are you doing it for your mom? Are you doing it for me? It's my entire family. Somebody that helps me. Um, you know, your future as well is another thing. You can be doing it for yourself. You can do it for your girlfriend. It can be whoever it is that is special to you. But somebody I do think about a lot is my grandma. When I think about my grandma, I get very emotional. She was like a best friend. She still is a best friend to me. But growing up, she had and she still has such a very special and holds a very special place in my heart. So every time I think about not feeding the old habits, the old urges and desires, those base animalistic, like um, surface level desires, I think about her. She's one of the reasons why I'm doing what it is that I'm doing as far as pursuing, um, you know, a career of trading, or perfecting my craft at trading. It can be music, it can be a number of endeavors that that I have my mind and my hands in. Um, but long story short, to get back on, I know I'm kind of drifting and a little yappish, but um, when you feed the old identity, you when you feed the old habits, you feed the old identity, you reinforce the same old reality. Vice versa, same thing applies to the new reality that you want to enforce. So when enforcing a new reality, you're going to be getting, and you know exactly when you are slipping, when you're drifting, you know exactly what the fuck. If you want to experience a new reality, you have to become a new person. You literally have to change yourself in order to experience a new reality. Reality is not going to bow down. It's not going to bow down to you. You're not going to be able to command it. You're not going to be able to control it unless you control yourself first, because you and reality are one. So if you're not controlling yourself, you won't be able to control reality. You'll keep bumping your head. You'll keep suffering. So changing reality is literally changing yourself. You literally have to change yourself in order to change reality. Change your habits, become a different person. The things that you know you're supposed to be doing, the habits, and the tasks that you're supposed to be um, following through on day in and day out, uh, and are in alignment with that version of yourself who is experiencing that, desired reality. You have to be following through on, you know, no matter what it is, and no matter how you feel about what the things are. If you get tired, if you it's just like you have to feed, and you have to continue to entertain and give more life and plant more seeds and water those seeds that are planted in your subconscious, um, into the version of yourself who it is, the version of yourself and who it is that you want to become. But you don't have to want to become that person. You can be that person, um, no matter whether or not you see results. And it doesn't matter. The results don't matter. Don't be attached to seeing results. If you want to see results, in your external reality, um, this is a sign that you're still looking outside of yourself, and still like you're still trying to control things outside of yourself. When in reality, you really need to be controlling yourself first. You can control and direct your, I know, I have to limit my phone. I've been doing a good job with that, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I get the brain rot, and sometimes I get the drifting and scrolling too much, and knowing that I need to be putting my attention, my energy, emotion, my emotions, they just need to be directed to what does serve me, and they have been. But I know I'm a human. Like I still, I still drift. But for the most part, I have been in alignment. Do what is in alignment, and you will reinforce, and you will see results in your life. You will see a change. Nothing changes if nothing about you changes. Literally, that is law. That is law. Another thing I want to speak on too, is, um, I'm gonna save that for another video. I'm gonna save that for the next video. I'm gonna make a part 2 to this.